The dog video.
What happened?
What were you doing? Why'd you do that?
No, that was some bull. All right.
Let's get into the problematic questions.
Test. Yep. Yes,
1, 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how many dates do you go on before you tell women you do porn?
How many, bro?
How many?
I don't do.
I'm like, which one of y'all do porn?
Figure out, bro. Answer. So honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Wait.
I ain't saying because I wanted that reaction.
It's one of those things.
Yo, he do not look like he do porn.
That's what
What's a porn star look like?
I'm saying what I'm saying.
I don't think he look like he do porn. Like I be you know I be at Finesse's Only Club, so I see a lot of people that are like active in these streets.
You expected?
They have a certain type of look.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. And I think that's what kind of plays into my aesthetic. Because people look at me and then when they hear me talk, they'll be like, "You seem like a very normal, wholesome dude." I'm like,
Normal, wholesome.
That's what we want. You know,
Not normal, wholesome.
Bruce Wayne in the same room. You ain't never seen them both.
That's fair.
But to answer your question, buddy, it's a slippery slope because sometimes I won't, but that's backfired to where I literally not even 2 days ago was out with Shorty and she found out.
How?
The internet's a beautiful place.
Twitter?
Yes, I know you're nasty, but we'll keep it in my pocket. She didn't say.
I would be so flabbergasted.
Yeah, Twitter was how it came up. She sent me a screenshot of it. It was like also like this you, and I'm like, obviously it's me. Like, somebody at the door.
Mike.
All right, just in case.
You good?
Oh, okay, so.
Oh.
But it really depends. There's some times where I'll mention it, but a lot of times it's a need to know basis. If I don't feel like it needs to be known, I won't. You know, just because it's so many ways it could go. Sometimes it's gone well. Other times, I can tell we're moving forward.
Is it like playing, like when you see a pro basketball player with a person that think they're getting it in at LA Fitness?
It's so funny you say that because I talk about that.
That's crazy.
People all the time, like, if I tell them I do porn, all of a sudden they be like, yeah, be fucking bitches too. I'm like, I'm sure you do, bro. I'm certain you do. But it's like you don't go to Odell Beckham and be like, yeah, nigga, I be catching passes too. Like, it's not the same. Like, yeah, you do, but it's not quite the same. And not even like on some like cocky type tip. It's just there's a lot of things in porn that I have had to do that like it's not the same as somebody who just has OnlyFans or like puts a camera up fucking a girlfriend. It's not the same thing.
Wait, you do like real life porn?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy to me. I ain't never met a real life porn star.
No, you have.
I don't like that term, man. I like to call myself a porn performer because I got to meet
corn performer. We're gonna say corn.
I'm sorry. Oh, we ain't live no more. Okay.
Corn star?
Corn, because
corn.
Yeah. It helps me with
corn.
Yeah,
he shucks a lot of corn.
I don't do no corn shucking. I get my corn shucked.
I'm about to say.
Just in case there's any confusion.
I was gonna get into that too.
See, I personally started hanging around the real corn stars and like the people that really came before me. It's almost like if you were a musician, I don't put myself on the same level as a Lauryn Hill because I'm not at that level yet. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I
understand.
To give homage to the people that can. So I just call myself a performer, a corn performer.
Okay. Can you tell people about fluffers?
So everybody, oddly enough, asked that question like it's still the early 2000s. Like, yeah, bro, you'd be surprised how many times people ask me like, man, fluffers. I'm like, who's telling y'all this? Like, it's 2023, bro. Like, so basically, no, there is not like a professional.
Have you guys know what fluffers are?
The first thing I thought of off the top of my head.
What?
Or like people that like to have sex with masks, like furry, like furry people,
okay.
Like fluffy, furry.
I like to see her internet history.
I'm telling you, this one's nasty. She's revealing it more and more she talks.
I mean,
crazy.
I'm honest.
I like that.
That's what I thought, though. I didn't know.
There's a category for that.
But that's not what y'all talking about.
No.
Okay. All right.
Do you know yes or no?
I think it's somebody who maintains the
Direction.
The girth maintains the activities of what's going on on the break time.
You know,
On the single.
Yeah. The corn cobber, you know?
It keep you up. All right, so that's the thing, right?
No.
Is it?
It's not.
Because you're basically your fluffer is your scene partner. Like if you've got a good and you've built a good.
Oh, they cut the
rapport-
budget.
Not even that. Like I started in like 2019, so like that was such an early 2000s thing. Like where they would have somebody designated, but like now.
So it was a thing.
Yeah, it could be as far as I know on mainstream sets. Your scene partner for the most part is like whoever you're working with is the person who's gonna get you going.
Do you plan out the finish like wrestlers?
Actually, yeah. Like
That's a real question.
it's also, and I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable.
No, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm childish.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
So the way you just said that, like, why would you say that like
What you
that?
said is literally just like, so like I can break down to you what it's like when you get on a set, right? So on a mainstream set, let's say it's for a Brazzers, shoot, right? You get there. First thing I do, I talk to everybody on set. I talk to like there's camera people. I talk to all the camera people, and usually the girl will be in the makeup room. I'll go in there if I've never met her before. I'll go in there and I'll keep all of my conversation very brief, very brief, and it's just like, hey, how are you doing? My name is Rod. We work with you today, and depending on how she answers it, will determine how this goes.
Okay.
And so then go from there. We sign paperwork, show our test results, do all that good stuff, and then now when she's taking her pictures, her pretty girl pictures, we start kind of plotting what we're going to do. And essentially, porn is just
WWE. WWE.
I mean, it's a performance that can be real, it can be authentic, but
Because I've always wondered that.
yeah, man, a lot of it is planned. Like for the most part, like when we're taking stills, people that buy DVDs, still, etc. Like we're taking stills and which are pictures, like just pictures, and essentially porn is just like 4 positions and then a pop shot. And so, you got your doggy, mish, writing, and then insert whatever other one. And then we'll kind of plan out, depending on who the performer is, what their best feature, whatever the site is. Some sites are specialize in cream pies. Some sites specialize in facials. If the girl has nice tits, come on her titties.
This is so scientific.
Yeah, man. For me, it's always been business, bro. It's always been business.
So you never call feelings?
No. Truthfully.
No.
No hesitation. Because for me, it was always work. Like, this funds other things that I want to do. So for me, it was always work. Is like,
Has a person that you work with called feelings for you? Yeah. Yeah.
and honestly, that came more so from like the after stuff. Kind of like you said, like when people really get to know me, they're like, bro, I did not take you as you don't give me that, It's like, but yeah, it's all planned. To answer your question, as far as catching feelings, I can't speak for them. I don't know. I keep everything on the.
So I want to get into Alyx and your name. So your name is your real name, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the group name, where did the name come from?
Levi Johnson?
Yes.
Levi, the Levites in the Bible. Johnson is the second most common last name. So we just want everybody to feel like our family. Like if my group mates was here, my sisters was here, then it would be like, y'all all Johnsons. I can't give y'all that because they not here.
Gotcha.
So next time I come back, then I'm gonna have my sisters with me, and then depending on how it go, everybody could become a Johnson. But we really just a family. Like we are not biological sisters, but we're sisters. Like I don't think that blood can make us any closer, honestly. So yeah.
Well, speaking of Johnsons, transitions. How did you pick your name?
So my first
So
name.
much to work with here.
My first name, man.
I can't even hold it in. Like,
You're not supposed to.
That's what she said.
What's even funny? This is like my first interview I've done in years, as far as like this part of life. So it's good to be back. Because
The hard part?
It's so much. You're not gonna run out of anything. You will not run out of material. But so my original first stage name is Rod Hardman.
Okay.
And I was watching Dennis Rodman basketball highlights, and the announcer said a phrase that just really stuck with me. And I remember when I literally Googled how to become a male porn performer. I remember Googling it, and they said find a name that's easily typed. Because if you think about it, most people are only using one hand when they're typing, and it needs to be something easy you can type very fast. So the announcer said, Dennis Rodman playing some hard D. And that just kept playing over in my head. And I was like, Dennis Rodman playing hard D. And I was like, I could take Dennis out and I'm cool off that. Dennis Rodman, hard D. I was like, Rod can be the first part. And then it was like, Rod Hardy. I was like, I don't like that. Dennis Rodman playing some hard D. And I was like,
The Hardy Boy's gonna kill you. The Hardy Boy's gonna get at your ass.
yeah, that's why I was like, nah. But so it's like hard D. And I was like, Rod Hardman. Then after that, I had worked on this set for this company called Wicked. And they specialized in like, more the movie artistic side of porn. And there's a director who, he pulled me to the side because he saw, when he gave me the script, he actually saw I could really act. Mm-hmm. And he pulled me to the side and he said, hey man, if you don't change your state, because he told me, it's like, you can actually make it out of here. You can actually do something. And he said, if you don't change your stage name, I'm going to make sure you don't ever work in this industry again. Because you're going to be wasting your time by just being this. I was like, damn. Exactly. I was kind of like, what? So he literally gave me 24 hours to come up with a new name. And so I was like, kind of how you said with, Johnson being a popular name. I was like, what is a popular name? Like, what is it? And I remember I was thinking like, what's a popular? And I just was thinking of, black actors I knew. And I was like, I'm not gonna do Watson. I ain't gonna do Denzel like that. I was like, I said Jackson. I thought, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Jackson. I was like, Jackson. Okay. So I heard him hit him back. I was like, Rod Jackson. That's my new name. He was like, that's perfect. You're cool. Then that's what it stuck with. So yeah.
That's a really cool origin story.
Facts.
Speaking of origin stories, so many segues here. You had I listened to your album and you did there was an interlude called Caught.
Okay.
That was you?
Who is like the acting scene? Yeah, that was me.
How did I know?
A little firecracker.
Nigga tuition.
I like her. So have you done any acting or you just kind of...
Have I done any acting? Yeah. No. I actually am planning on getting into voiceover acting this year. That's really what I want to do. Yeah, I want to do cartoons. Like, that's a passion of mine. So I give me a rich nigga to take care of me that I can be a voiceover actress. Because it's hard to get into voiceovers. Like, that's one thing I was like, godly. But I think I could do it. But as far as real acting, I ain't going to hold y'all. I smoke a lot of weed. And, like, being in front of the camera and then they want me to, like, remember the lines.
Yeah.
I think it would take a lot out of me, but I would do it like if it was something specific, like, like if it was just something where it was like, you need to play this role, like, if it was just calling me, and then I auditioned and I got it, like Beyonce in Dreamgirls. Okay. She was supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else was gonna do that? I think it might be when I put my music out and the group get back going. I think that it might be something like that in the future for me. I definitely could play, like Byron. I could do one of those naturally. But
Tasha Smith, by the way.
Huh?
That's the actress who... Oh, you said Byron. I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about Byron Mad Black.
But I could be Marcus.
I was about to say, that was Taylor, mama.
I could do any of that type of stuff.
You know what name I don't.
But I would want to do a deep role. I could like cry on camera. You hit me.
Last thing you made you cry?
Probably something on Instagram. I'm emotional as fuck.
Really?
Yes, it's pretty bad.
What about the fellas? What's the last thing that made you cry?
So go ahead. You actually, I want to let you.
Damn, mine is sad. I went to visit my brother's grave.
That's it. That's good though.
Appreciate you sharing that though, for real.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
For me, it was actually on some acting tip. Some acting, and there was a place I had to go mentally to get tears out, but it was for a role, and I remember I cried. It was like genuine tears that were crying. So,
how do you recover from that?
Knowing it's honestly very similar to porn. You asked how do I not catch feelings? There's a time where you flip the switch, and then when it's done, you turn the light off and you leave the room. That's the best illustration I can give for it. You got to really be able to process. Like, I understand once it's wrapped and it's done, it's like, okay, that person is now I get to be me again.
Yeah.
So, you close the door, turn off the light, close the room, you leave that room.
Well, speaking of leaving the room, so many segues here. I'm tired of the segues. How many times have you seen guys tap out in the scene?
I've been one of the guys tapped out.
What was the reason?
Dick just wouldn't get hard.
What? No, I know some guys do pills. Some people use the gas station pills.
The rhinos.
The honey.
Take that.
The honey.
Take the rhinos.
That's what all the niggas been taking the honey these days.
I like living.
I'm not.
Naturals. So have you what are any?
I'm sorry, I had to say that.
It is what it is.
Hey God, please help a nigga.
Industry secrets of staying up.
So industry secrets. I look into the camera. I 100% take Viagra. The only thing is, do not take the full thing. I'm still young enough to where I don't. It's almost become a bit of a placebo. Like I'll usually order like 8. They're expensive. They're like 1,000. Like they're easy. But I usually just take a tiny nibble out of it. I'll be pretty cool. Like I'll be cool, and I'll take it. I was speaking of pretty girls, where the girls taking her pictures. I'll kind of like when I get on set, when she gets ready to take her pictures, I'll take a little bite out of it, and by the time we get ready to start, we're good to go. And it'll pretty much last me as long as I need to. But even without it now, I'm just so used to doing it.
How long do you store up? Like build without?
Truth be told, man, it really that's kind of like my thing. I don't know if this is too personal, but that's kind of like my thing. Is like I come a lot, so if I like save it for like 2 days, I'm gonna empty the book bag. And even if it's
The
like
book bag.
Before, when
The
you like
book
come home,
bag.
you just dump out.
Yeah, the book bag.
I've never done that.
That's hilarious.
But also, it's like you can bust, keep going, and if I need to do it again, do that. But I only came with, honestly, funny enough, man, like how anything that you do, this is a segue, man. Anything that you do, whether it's music or whatever, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So I haven't always been that guy. So you ask who left the room, I've been that guy to where it didn't work. Dick just wouldn't get hard, or I couldn't come. It's just like I've had to,
Then you don't get your money?
You don't get paid. You can go through the whole scene. If I don't, usually they can try to finagle a cum shot, but dick don't get, if you don't work, like that's it. Like you just gotta.
You talking about the fake sperm?
Yeah.
Have you done one of those before?
Yeah.
All right. Can you explain how it works? I'm trying not to be juvenile about it.
No, you good.
I'm learning too much.
Yeah. So there's been one time on set where they'll use Cetaphil, but one time, and this is just an optical illusion of sorts. So the cameraman was like over me, and I have a condom filled up with Cetaphil, poke a hole, like sizable hole in the tip, and I just start to stroke. And of course, you give the acting mannerisms. I'm not gonna moan for free on here, but you give the mannerisms like you're about to, and then you just like squeeze it, but you squeeze your dick at the same time, so it looks like from the top, it looks like you're shooting an honor. So
Okay.
or you could just fake it like a cream pie like that. You can already have it in, and just go back and edit, and then you again do the sounds. You pull out and act like you just did all of that, and she'll push it out. And it'll look like,
The girls that have tapped out, how many times have you experienced that?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big girl stop running or girl don't tap out. For me, it's like it probably means something ain't right if that's going on. So I've had that happen, and it has been sometimes where, especially if it's like an anal scene, baby girl's just not able to do it, and so she, will tap out. And I'm always the biggest proponent of we can do something else. Don't cancel the scene and cancel her money because she can't do this. She still has we can still do other things, and that's happened a couple of times where they just you can't do it.
So I want to get back into your group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to get fucking in the ass. So go ahead.
Yeah. What y'all working on? Not what he's working on, but
I mean,
Speaking of what you cannot do. I'm sorry, that shit sounds rough.
Yeah, man.
The corn industry sounds rough.
I didn't know it was so political.
Bro, what you making me rethink?
Well, I had some
Even more
political
political
questions
than
too.
you think.
I just wanted to make sure she got enough shine in.
Yeah.
No, I want you to get more really like.
Yeah.
Go in depth.
Yeah. You good. Okay. So what I was going to ask you with
Next time when y'all get done talking about corn, you gotta ask me a question to segue into some regular shit, okay? We can't just be jumping from Cetaphil
give me a second.
condoms
Oh, my fault.
to the group. I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest.
Black Cancer is a nice segue. You were speaking of the City Girls earlier. I genuinely, I'll even say as a fan, I'm a huge fan of music, a huge fan of rap music. I have so much respect for female artists in this day and age because they're having a voice that, you look at the Queen Latifah's fought for, the Lil Kim's fought for, the Lauryn Hill's fought. Like even before that, it's like you could go back to, there's so many other artists that like, it's so cool to see artists like yourselves be able to, how we're having this candid conversation about sex, we can have this conversation and you not be looked down on or nobody be like, oh, she does. Like, nah, it's now free. So I guess this is you doing it. I'm sorry, that's just a little segue portion of
Tossing the alley. He tossing the alley.
No, I'm not a rock. I'm cool.
Well, that's something I would like to know from a female artist perspective. How does that feel? Being able to really be your authentic self when you guys are writing your music, talking about it.
It feels really good. I guess too, I've never been a type of person who like wasn't gonna be their authentic self or say whatever the fuck they had to say. I kind of always been like, well, they need to hear it exactly how I say it. And going back to my mama raised me to be like that. Like what you got to say or the places where you're at, you are where you belong. Like we all are at where we're supposed to be. So sometimes how I choose to deliver things, it might make people uncomfortable. Like, even in the group, I really am the one who kind of like pushes the envelope with what we say. Because as a group, even with the times that we're in, being in a girl group, you still have to be very careful because there is a certain way that girl groups are looked at.
Right.
So I've noticed that when I make music by myself, I'm a little bit more willing to just say whatever because I know that it's not going to affect my group mates.
Yeah.
And I can use, you know what I'm saying? Like say it from a different position. But even now, like we're in the studio making music, like what we was talking about in the kitchen, and I'll be like, man, nah, fuck it. We just got to say it like how we naturally would say it because there's a young girl, there's a grown ass woman, there's a grandma. Like I make music for women, I make music for bitches. Like I don't cater to men. So
We love bitches.
It's women somewhere that need to hear what we got to say, just how we got to say it. I'm not proper. I don't talk proper. I'm from the east side of Atlanta. Like we're not from Atlanta. I'm from the east side for real.
I like the way y'all say Atlanta. I think that shit is so like
Atlanta.
Yeah, like I like it. When I moved here, Shorty was talking, she was like Atlanta. I was like, oh girl.
Yeah, we got that lingo.
East side Atlanta.
But yeah, that's it. It's fun.
When you talk about your content and you're the firecracker of the group, when you have so many minds and I guess different representations in a group, how do you reconcile what's going to be said and how far is too far?
Everybody got their part on the song. So it's kind of like when it's your part on the song, you know what I'm saying? You can get your shit off. You can express yourself. You can say what you got to say. Like my verse going to sound different from Dre verse, going to sound different from Kobe verse because we express ourselves differently. So I think that's the magic of being in a group. That's why a lot of people have asked all three of us like, oh, why are y'all still a group? Why don't y'all quit? Why don't y'all go solo? And it's like, it doesn't make sense for us to not be a group. Like, even if we all was to put out a whole solo album tomorrow, we still got to be a group because what we are as a group is powerful because you're bringing three different women. We all look different. We act different. We dress different. We walk different. We have different passions. We're all beautiful women. We're all entrepreneurs. We're black women. But, like, as far as what we have in common, it's like we're different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's really what makes it beautiful.
When dealing with families fight.
Yeah.
What y'all beef about?
I feel like we beef about everything and nothing, if that makes sense. Like,
yes. Perfect sense.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes it's just the energy.
I don't want to wear that.
Yeah, or like, like I might have had a bad day at work, and then now we got to link up, and they done asked me 50 million questions. I'm just like, hold on, bitch, let me breathe. But I can't really express that because we got work to do. So it's just attitude. You know what I'm saying? It's three women. I'm the firecracker, but don't get it twisted. Like them two, we will beat your ass, all three of us. The quiet one gonna sneak you. I'ma be all in your face like, and then she gonna sneak your ass, and then we gonna jump you. That's how it's gonna be. So we all have a lot of personality, but as far as like the best comparison I would say is point blank, period. But I would say we get a lot of comparisons to TLC. So like we get a lot of TLC. So look wise, I would be T-Boz, but personality wise, I would be Left Eye.
Yeah.
So it's just like when, like I said, when I come, the girls gonna come, then you gonna be like, oh, okay, because they'll get with
I don't
it.
sound like that though.
No, that's me. You was like, okay.
Okay.
All right, then.
My chest. You got say it with the chest here. You stop, bro. I can't stay serious with him in the room. It just makes me laugh.
He the one would have got you in trouble in school.
Pretty much.
Y'all can't sit next to each
He
other.
the one that make you laugh in church when you get in trouble. Like, can't look at your cousin and be like, shut up, bro. Don't look at me.
And now you get in trouble and they don't say nothing to him.
Making little side comments with the mic down. And I'm like,
I know.
I told you.
So, talking about ego and understanding the order of balancing love. I mean, obviously, you guys love each other. You guys have been in the group for so long. How do you pick who gets the lead, who gets the first verse? Like, those are very subtle things that will lead to fights or lead to separation. So how do you guys figure that out?
It's not that serious for us. I think every song, we have all been making music for a long time. Mm-hmm. My groupmate Kobe, she was in Vistoso Bosses. You know what I'm saying? You make me delirious when I start.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Me and my sister.
Yeah, I mean, we hear it because I was a fan of her before I even met her. Then I met her and I was like, oh, I'm going to be in this group.
Okay.
I love her. So that's how it happened.
Okay.
But she was in the group. They was signed like a major deal. And then Dre was also like artists develop from being young. Mm-hmm. So we are very aware. And before I got in this group, I was in a girl group when I was in high school. From like high school until I graduated. And a little bit after I graduated, I was in another girl group.
Who broke that group up?
Me.
What you do?
I've always had the personality that I have. I remember like this girl, this really what popped it off back then. I was probably like 16 and we had to sing a Janet Jackson song in the studio to like, when you first become an artist and you're in like a sign situation. The first group I was in, the person who put together TLC put that group together. His name Ian Burke. So we was in like real life. Yeah, we was in real life like artist development, and we had to learn a song, we had to record it, and everybody had certain parts that they had to sing and stuff like that. And there was a girl. Now look, I don't sing like Aretha Franklin, okay? I do not sing like Patti LaBelle.
You sing, you don't sing.
I sing. I really got the swag, you know what I'm saying? I got the personality and I write. So like my pen really is what get me like where I need to go. Like I'm not about to be out here belting shit. That's not me.
I feel that.
And you know, it take a special person to really pull it out of me. And the person that does our writing and our vocal production for the group now, he been able to pull a lot more of that out of me. But my whole life I've been like, do you want me to do what? I'm about to do this and it's gonna sound great. But anyway, we had a singer or whatever, and it was a girl in the group. She could sing her ass off, y'all. I'm talking about like she was singing Christina Aguilera songs and Whitney Houston songs. Like, she was singing her ass off, okay? I'm pulling up singing Paramore. Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
that's how I got in the group, okay? So I'm just like, I can't compete. But on the part of the song that she was supposed to sing, she couldn't do it in the studio. Okay. Mind you, I told you I've been recording since I was 10 years old. Mm-hmm. So being in the studio is very comfortable for me. That's where I thrive, not necessarily performing on stage. I had to learn that through the group I'm in now. It's totally different. It's totally different. But in the studio, I'm going to get with your ass every time. So we was recording or whatever, and she couldn't get the part. Mm-hmm. And they was like, oh, well, we're going to have everybody try to do the part. Okay. And I ended up doing the best. But I feel like I did the best because I had the most confidence, because I had already been recording in the studio so I had been recording 10 to 13, like just different stuff my mom would have me doing. But once I got 13, I was in high school with like Buddha Bless, like different people. Like where I come from, we all had studios in the closet, the basement. Like, I've been recording. So I was very comfortable. So I did my thing, and she cried. And I remember looking her dead in her face, and I was like, girl, you do not need to be up in here crying, because if you be in here crying, they gonna think that we weak and that we can't hang, and they not gonna fuck with us. That's basically what I told her. But I also danced when I was in high school. So when you dance, I don't know if any of y'all ever was in the band, but being in the band, it's different. Don't itch, don't twitch, don't move. You better stay in there. You gonna cry?
Yeah.
It ain't no crying. You better take your ass back home. Your mom already paid the money.
One sound.
Exactly. Like, it's real. In the high school that I graduated from, like, they wasn't playing. So I had a lot of discipline at a young age. Okay. And the parents was kind of upset, like, with how I handled the situation. They thought I was trying to be like me.
Stand up.
Because I got the part. But I really was just giving them good advice, because it's like, no, we're in the music industry. Like, we're young and we're girls. So if people look at us and they think that they could take advantage of us, or they think that we not going to work hard, or if they think that we're, like, going to come to the studio and cry because we couldn't get a part, like, they gonna replace you, sis. Like, this ain't that. They don't give a fuck about your feelings. But because we was all underage, they didn't really like my approach. And we had to have a whole conversation about it. And my mom was actually out of town, because my mom always travel a lot. She work a lot. My mom was a public health lawyer. Yeah, bragging my mom. Period. But... yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So then the group continued. Like, in that situation, I probably had like 20 group members, like, from auditioning people, like having people come in and come out. And then by the time I graduated from high school, I was just kind of like, I don't even want to be an artist. Like, I don't want to do any of this. Like, I just want to write music. So I went to cosmetology school, and I just focused more so on, like, getting money and writing. And then I actually have... an ex who introduced me to Jamaica, because they were looking for the group I'm in, Levi Johnson. It existed before I was in the group. Okay. We don't talk about it a lot, because, the past is the past. But I'm a very open and honest person. Yeah. So I basically auditioned, and like I said, I saw Kobe, who's Kelsey from His So Bosses, and then I was like, I'm going to be in a group. But when I took the meeting, I told her straight up, like, I don't want to do that group shit. I don't even want to be an artist. Like, I just want to write. I need some songs. Like, at that point, I had wrote, like, For Love and Hip Hop, like, some little, like, small shit. So I was like, yeah, I'll write y'all some songs. I'll fuck with y'all, but I don't know. And then she was like, just meet the girls. Just see how y'all vibe. Because she knew.
Yeah.
That's how she sounded?
Yeah, nah, Jamaica real cool. Anybody that know Jamaica, like, she don't got to say much.
Shout out Jamaica.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the inner workings of groups in the business and the politics of the business, has that frustrated you? What's the most pressing thing that you've seen when it comes to, like, inner workings of the business?
I feel like that's kind of a hard question to answer, because when you not mentally where you need to be, everything about the music industry is gonna bother you.
Got you.
Yeah, it's a very hard industry to be in. Like, I know how to show up places and look a certain type of way and act a certain type of way because of the music industry, because it's very harsh. So people are always looking at you. It's like you always have to be on. And when I first got in the group, we was moving a lot, opening up for different people, going all over the place, doing a lot of stuff. And I just really wasn't mentally, like, I didn't have the equipment to deal with that. Like, I knew how to be an artist, but I didn't know, like, the reason why artists be, like, on video crying, or why they, like, disappear for 3 years, like, all that type of stuff. I never really understood why, or, like, why they be like, oh, this person's going crazy. Like, it's a lot of mental anguish that comes with being an artist in general. And then when you're, like, we weren't signed to a major deal, but we were on a certain platform where there was a lot of eyes looking at us, and there was a lot of opinions. Yeah. So you kind of have to be prepared for that.
So when dealing with stuff like that, body dysmorphia, looks, you can't be seen with such and such. You're in a cosmetology, so lashes, looks, makeup, all that stuff. How has that affected you? Did you develop anything that you notice as, like, categorized as trauma?
I feel like I've been affected by that my whole life, honestly. Like, not just from being in the music industry. When you look a certain type of way, and then you like a black girl in certain different types of situations, like, I'm light skinned, so it's like, my interactions with people, like, a lot of people be like, white girls, you are the prettiest black girl I've ever seen. Black girls, you only pretty because you light skinned. You see what I'm saying? So when people talk about colorism, I feel like I shouldn't participate in the conversation because a lot of light skinned women be sounding stupid as fuck when they talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because colorism is real, but we all just experience it from different levels. But even like me being light skinned, not having long, pretty curly hair, it's like, you know, I've dealt with that my whole life. I wear wigs, but you see on my page, I cut my hair and I wear my hair bald now. But it took a lot for me to like cut my hair and not wear wigs and not wear weave. Like I did that shit for 2 years, and it really made me have a lot of more confidence in myself because I realized like, no, you really are that bitch. Like,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
I'm telling you, it takes a real, and I'll look into the camera and say this, it take a real bad bitch to rock a shortcut. Like, when I tell you, bro, like the people I work with, like when Shorty got a shortcut, it's like, man, that's a certain persona, certain energy.
And I want to talk about that because when I was bald headed, so many people had so much judgment. And it's like I'll put my wig off now and I'll be bald headed. But the comments that I get when I was bald headed, like when I walk around bald head, it's just like people be always thinking that I'm a girl with an OnlyFans.
Really?
Yes, I am Sapphire.
See, that's how I know you know too much.
Oh, I know a lot.
She be up and down them.
And the other girl with the bald head.
Nah, you know her name.
I can't. You said Jasmine?
Yeah.
I think so.
Marie.
Cause she be having like different colors all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or shoot, I don't know, Miss Be Nasty cut her hair too.
Yeah, Miss Be Nasty. Everybody be like,
Yeah.
I have one of my exes. He will always be sending me Miss Be Nasty like, this look just like you. She look just like you. And I be like, she just light skinned with a bald head. Yeah. We don't all look alike.
It takes a certain type of, and the reason why you got them comments, it's just a certain type of persona, especially like you sound to be ambitious, like all of the things put together. Yeah, it takes a certain type of individual to rock that cut.
Yeah.
Certain type of individual.
But I had to do it.
I want to stick with colorism. A lot of times when people talk about colorism and plagiarism and prejudice, we sound as a country like we're in a better place, and we're really not. But the most empirical evidence that you can see when it comes to prejudice, it shows itself in business, politics, and sex. In your industry, can you speak to colorism?
We're going to take it there now, folks. They done gave it the sticks. All right, we're going to talk about it because in porn, it's a very racist industry. I'm just going to sit there and say it.
For real?
Very much so. Like there's things called interracial rates. There's people that charge more to work with a black dude than to work with, you know, someone else. And they'll try to say it's dick size, and it's like, that can't be it. Because they'll work with somebody who got like white people, they call theirs a cock. Yeah, work with a 12-inch cock. And it's like, that can't be it, because I ain't rocking with one of them. I wasn't given one of those. And so
neither were they. That shit was surgical.
Look,
Oh my gosh.
when it comes to colorism in a real sense, like there's so many beautiful dark skinned women. Like there's if you guys don't know who Anna Fox is, man, she's a phenomenal performer. She's always had to do 3 times more than what everybody else has to do, you know, because of the way she looks. So there's other black performers who they have to do so much more than, you know, others. And it's unfortunate because I've noticed in my content, I make content specifically for black women. I shoot with black women. I don't discriminate, but that's just my focal point. And I've noticed my content always does sensational. There's always the rumor of, ebony porn doesn't sell well. I'm like, that's cap. It's because you guys aren't giving it. You guys are still stuck on this stepbrother, stepsister bullshit. That's why it doesn't sell. I'm like, bro, you're only appealing to a certain type of market. And you know, and if you are black, I've been told to my face, like, you know, hey, we like you, man, but we've already shot our one black dude this month. Like, come back next month.
Wow.
Like,
That's interesting.
yeah, that's wild.
It's very cut dry with like that type of stuff.
And because what the fuck you supposed to say to that? Like, oh.
My fault.
Right.
I'm in a position now where it's just like, you know what? I say this, you know, to people in the industry, I say, man, I can't control what everybody else does. I can control my sandbox. I can control who I let play in it. I can control what I let in. I can't fix the entirety of the playground, but I can control my sandbox. But speaking to the colorism thing, man, it's unfortunate because I know so many beautiful black performers who are amazing, sensational, who don't get the same shot. They don't get the same, you know, opportunities to do the interracial thing. Like, if we're going to do it, let it be even across the board. Because I don't want to work with all the people I work with. Like, before porn, I don't discriminate. But
How long is your no list?
it ain't even really super long. It's just like I'll know it when I see like now. It ain't even a no. It's just I work with who I want to work with. Like my first 10 choices are always gonna be a black woman. They always are. And if it's like a company, it's like make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like there's white women I work with because like I don't discriminate. That's what I'm saying. That now I don't discriminate. It's just for me. It's like what is your character like too? The white women I work with, I know they're really for this. Isn't just I want your big black cock. Like relax, love, relax. That ain't even that deep. The ones I work with are they really care. And I really seen it in their actions. Not just a hashtag, but like they put their money where their mouth is. Like I've had one performer. I'll name her. Her name is Cherie DeVille. Shout out to Cherie. Love you a lot. She was willing to put her name on the line for me, or the Abigail Max. These are real porn stars I was speaking about who they're willing to put their name on the line for me, to where it's no longer just a cute hashtag. It's like, nah, like if you don't work with him, you can't work with me.
That's major.
You feel me? Like that's where it's like even in porn, like using your privilege in that type of way, really just giving a voice. Or like shout out to Miss B Nasty. Genuinely shout out to Miss B Nasty. She just paid for my test like 2 weeks ago. My STD test, because sometimes they're like $250, something like that. And speaking to what you were saying, sometimes you just want to be able to create. You're stressing about how you gonna get this. You got to get the test, your hotel, your flight, this, that, and there. Her doing that just allowed me to just create. And so shout out to her and the opportunities that she gives. Like those are the things that I try to focus on because it definitely is a very racist industry, and it's unfortunate. You hear about the different things that happen on sets. You guys might not, but
no,
just
well,
the
I don't.
mistreatment of black women, and then just I look at it. My content, the reason why I love doing what I do now, is because I focus on pleasing a black woman. That hasn't really happened much. It's always big booty ghetto bitch takes dick, and it's like, damn dog, like, or they want me to be
The voice change.
It'll always be.
It sounds like it's all caps.
That's what
Hella all caps.
Or it'll be like big ghetto, big black. It's just like, bro, I wore braces and went to college. Like
That's why a lot of black women don't like to watch porn.
No, like I'm telling, I literally
Or corn, my bad.
Sorry, corn. Yes, corn. Right.
I forgot myself.
So in corn, yeah, like that's why for me, I made it my mission to make content to where it's sensual content. It's content that shows black women in a different light. Everybody ain't gotta be. No, don't get us wrong. Now we get active on there. Now if they with the rough stuff, I'm with all the shenanigans. But the heart of it is pleasing a black woman, making a black woman feel good, making a black woman be seen. There's other companies who, shout out to Ricky's Room, a newer company. And like I say, specifically in my content, I tell the girl, like, wear your hair how you wear your hair. Don't trip on, needs to be straight. However, her nails, because sometimes companies be tripping on like the nails. I'd be like, baby girl, I want you to be you. Don't switch up. Like how you say you from East LA. There's a shorty who I could tell because how I speak. She was trying to speak. I was like, baby girl, I like that accent. I like how you talk.
Talk how you talk.
Talk to me like talk to me how you talk. I don't want to hear how you think I'd run. Like I want this to be authentic and I want it to be real. And I think that's what I noticed since coming back. My content does so well. It's because people see it's real, it's authentic, and it's with black people and it's genuine.
You pocket watch OnlyFans models?
I don't pocket watch a soul, man.
No.
I focus on my lane. You know what I mean? I don't really too much look to my left or look to my right. I kind of just stay focused, like I said, my sandbox.
When people get popping on OnlyFans and they kind of go beyond people that are like in mainstream, I guess. How do you guys reconcile that? Are you like looking to link with them to build off that?
There's times where yes, but I also understand it's very similar to like an artist. Like at the end of the day, I still have to put the work in because there's certain artists who I know I can't link. It's just business. Like I know I can't link with yet. Back in it, like yeah, but like as I'm building my name back up, then it's nothing. You know what I mean? When people
you said build your name back up. What, like you took a hiatus?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Actually, it's a whole conversation. I actually got canceled.
The dog video?
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. In fact, I'll say it now. That was some bullshit. All right.
What were you doing? Why'd you do that?
What happened?
All right.
Oh my God.
So
go ahead, explain it.
I say my roommate had a dog. It was a little chihuahua, deaf and blind. Little chihuahua, little bowler. I had another dog, biggest. Me personally, I love dogs. I think we spoke earlier about dogs, like how like my dog's cream.
That was so creepy. I mean, like, well, not creepy. It was foreshadow.
Foreshadow.
Yeah, but it was like, basically, the crazier part about it, so my roommates were white. I'm black. I grew up, don't have a dog in the kitchen while I'm cooking. That's just a given. But the dog was deaf and blind, so it couldn't hear me say get out. So it would just come in there stumbling, and I used to take the little hose off the sink and I spray her, get her out. And I would play the John Cena, or I would play, and every time my roommate heard that song, she would come running to like basically go save the dog. It was an ongoing joke. Now, I remember I took a jug of water and I poured it on the dog's head because she used to not like dumped it, doused it, but it's like I poured it on her head because she used to like look around and see where the water came from. It used to be hilarious, but it was never anything. So you laughing, you won't see the pearly gates. You will not see the pearly gates. But it was like
it didn't get captured on camera, so it didn't happen.
But see, like it was just one of those things where it was like an inside joke. In the video that I posted, it happened 3 months prior to me posting it. So what happened was there was a tweet that said, "Quote this with a random video of yourself." So I did, and at this time, my name is popping. I used to do skits. They used to go viral. Like my porn was doing like okay, but it was really my skits. Like I was doing skits, basically making fun of the industry, talking about the interracial rates, and people would like. I was averaging like 500,000 views on them. You know what I mean? And so I remember I posted a video. And I usually post and I ghost. I get off the app. I'm not really a person to sit there and I don't have an interest. Phone starts blowing up. Bring, bring, bring. And I'm like, okay. Another one of my scenes or something went viral. I look and it's just a bunch of people mad. At first it's like, people are laughing like, ha ha ha. What if I did that to you? And I'm like, okay. Then people are getting more and more angry. They're like, how could you? And I'm just like, again, I know me. So I'm not really tripping. And then I had an OG come up to me. He's kind of like, hey, bro, you think you want to take that down? I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, as a comedian, there's gonna be certain jokes just won't land. Like, I'm okay with that because I know who I am. Mm-hmm. I know. As soon as that video was done, I got a towel, dried her off, showed the owner of the dog the video. That was it. You know what I mean? She was just like, stop that. Like, you know, it wasn't anything like malicious. I had no intention to hurt the dog, anything like that. And since then, I had been dog sitting. What's crazy is when I got canceled, I was actually dog sitting for somebody.
That's wild.
No, and nobody knows this because it was just like, and I think more people need to be okay with, let people think what they want. Like, I don't care about public opinion. I'll never take somebody's opinion personally when you don't know me personally. You know, people were on there, they were trying to Michael Vick me. I was getting beat. I remember the police showed up. Somebody was saying like I had like, and I was just like, bro. I don't
Where you live?
I was in LA at the time.
I mean,
the police ain't even pulling up for half of shit they supposed to pull up for out here.
And so it was just one of those situations where I was the entire time though, I wasn't really sweating it, and I noticed even that, you know, rubbed people the wrong way because I was just like, I deleted the video. People were like, "Oh, he's running." I was like, guys, I don't care that much. Like I see, got a lot of y'all offended. Like this video happened 3 months ago. I if it made y'all mad, I'm sorry. Like I took it down. And I remember it blew up to the point where I remember I put my phone down. I went out to karaoke with my friends, like outside of porn. I was just like, and I asked them, I was like, yo, like, I have people in my group. I don't have no yes men. It's almost the opposite. They always gonna check me if I don't check myself. Yeah. And they were just like, bro, because they know me too. They know, like I said with my dog, they know I love animals. I always have. Like I've never been no animal weirdo. And so I was just like, I was cool with them thinking whatever. Next day, my agent calls me. He's like, yeah, man, we got to drop you. Which, honestly, I wasn't bothered about because I was like, most of the stuff I was doing was kind of on my own anyway. So it was just like, I didn't really like splitting the profit. And so when that happened, like I said, people were really like just going in. And there was one particular woman who I was dog sitting her dog. She was going ham on Twitter talking about I was this, that, and the third. I'm just like, for me, I remember the entire situation. There were people that, I graduated a degree in psychology. There were people that I remember came to me talking about, you know, wanting to end it up. There were people that I remember leaving my house 2 a.m. to go and sit just to get ice cream or something, just to calm them down type stuff. They turned around and they were like, he's a terrible dude. And I was just like, dang, that's unfortunate. I didn't feel bad for me. It was just like, I really hope you get the healing and the love that you need, you know. And for me, I took accountability of it because I'm not going to sit here and say like, I, in my mind, knew that I didn't do anything wrong, but I said, what upset people so much about this? So I really sat and I really reflected. I said, there have been certain people who have been that little dog before. they've been someone who was small, helpless, somebody who was supposed to be taking care of them, took advantage of them. I said, you know what, for that, I can look deeper in it, and I can say, you know what, for that, I am sorry. But as far as what I did, anything like that, I don't. It wasn't anything.
Y'all niggas on camera. Y'all know what
Bro,
y'all niggas on y'all camera, right?
you need to no. Talk about.
I keep saying that.
So much to say.
You gotta stop looking like that, and nigga, you stop looking at me.
That's why
I'm trying to be
none of y'all. I ain't going to none of y'all.
He was in his zone. He was in his
trying to be
zone.
sympathetic.
It's so serious.
Like, this is what
But I want to laugh.
It's fucking weird.
No, it's not the people on the internet is just beyond me.
And that's why for me, I was just like, bro.
And you did a good job though, because I would have posted a video like, "Fuck all y'all."
Some of these bitches done smack their dogs before, like the fuck.
And not only that, it wasn't that. There were certain people who would like, again, going back to the
That
industry.
shit was hilarious.
There were people who
About to die from laughing.
like who were actually like beating women who were allowed back on set. White performers who would like beat women, like actually abusive, were allowed back on set. But when my situation happened, it was like, nah, we're not letting him back in. And it was just kind of like one of those things where I looked at it as a whole. And one person who had my back, Abigail Mack, shout out to Abigail Mack. She immediately called my phone, was like, come over right now. And I'm like, come on, Abby. Nah, I'm not. If you gonna fuss me out, I'm not really trying to hear it. She came over and she told me about a friend of hers in the industry. I won't say her name out of respect. She's no longer with us, but she said she had a friend who went on the internet and said, something unpopular. It was just her opinion. The internet let her have it. Let her have it to the point where she killed herself. Let her have it. And when the last thing, she had said, she was just like, man, like she had a quote that she said before she ended it all. And Abby looked me in my face and said, I'll never let that happen again. Because she was thinking I was like, and I told her, I was like, girl, I'm good. Like, I don't even, like, if I'm being honest, I don't care. Like, I know who I am. I'm not afraid of the opinions. Because my dog had just passed away 2 weeks prior, we just cremated him. That's why I'm just like, y'all not going to tell me I don't love dogs. I dropped $600 of my own money to get him cremated. We could have just threw him in a garbage bag, it was sentimental. He has his own little tree in our backyard. Like, so for me, it was just like, these are a bunch of people on the internet who do not know me. Getting canceled sucked, but then this happened February 2020. The pandemic happened, so everybody was canceled. And then after that, I was holding on to that joke for a long time. I was like, that's just a lot. But here's the crazier part. So after that, right? After that, George Floyd situation happens. Right? Black Lives Matter. Everybody wants to be on board the Negro train. Everybody wants to.
Come on, y'all.
Right? So this is the crazier part that happened. Major companies. I had a conversation.
Black called you?
Man, you stole my black joke, bro. Damn.
Are you asking me, or are you? I won't speak on it. But there was a CEO of a particular company who called me, and we talked for about 3 hours about, me writing some scenes, me being able, because like I wanted to give, I wanted to paint black women in a different light. I've always wanted to do that. I just didn't get the chance to do so.
Was it Bang Bros?
And
I'm sorry. I continue.
I ain't gonna say who. I ain't gonna say who, but it was a major company that the CEO called me. We talked for 3 hours. Asked me how many scenes I wrote for them.
None.
I didn't. All of the. And there were companies asking me like, "Hey, do you think this is a good look?" I'm like, for me, I'm a very gracious person. Only because I realize how much I've done wrong. Not because I just think, oh, I'm better, I deserve to be great. No, I look at myself in the mirror and see how much wrong I've done. And I've realized where sometimes all I needed was some grace. All I needed was, just another chance to do something different. And so, for me, these companies were hitting me back because not everybody was bad. Like, there were certain people, like I said, the Sharita Vales, like there were certain big name performers that put their name on the line for me.
Yeah.
Because they met me. They had, like how we're having this conversation. You can't leave this conversation and something minor happens. You're like, that Rod guy, he's a piece of shit. You can't say that because you're like, nah, bro, I actually sat with bro. Everything he said was genuine. It was from, he was a cool dude. And so they was on that side time. And so there were other companies hitting me up like, hey, would you like to, and some of them were like, we can't let you be the face, but who do you think should be? I'm like, nigga, what?
Because at that point, pay me, contract me out, 1099, bitch.
I was like, and for me, it was just like, okay, so I got to see it all for what it was. And then that's when I started doing stand-up.
Okay.
The day after I got canceled, I was like, because I'd already been kind of wanting to do stand up, but I was just scared. And I was like, now that I ain't got, like, I had corn to sit back on.
Yeah.
So it's like, now that I didn't have that, I was like, all right, let's try it. And then I started getting into acting. Then I realized, yo, I think this is actually what I'm supposed to be doing. So now corn just pays my bills so that I can do that. Going back to your point of, it's easy to create when you have a stable foundation. Now I can go out and explore. I can be like, nah, I don't have work tomorrow. Everything's on my phone. OnlyFans, like I'm cool. I don't really. So that was kind of what led me to all that. So that whole dog situation, I looked at it and I said, man, it was a blessing in disguise because I look at it, I got to see everything for what it was. Because before that, I don't know what research you did. I could do no wrong. I was getting invited to I was nominated my first year for the AVN, the XBiz, like all of the awards. I was getting nominated for all of these things. I was going to all the VIP parties, the after parties, the Pornhub Awards, like. All of my jokes, they were landing. Everything was cool. Everybody wanted to work with me. It was cool. I was giving out some whack dick though. I'm so sorry, guys. If I just didn't know who I was as a performer. I was growing into that, but I am so sorry. If y'all watched my earlier scene, trash. But
what made it whack?
Man, I just was trying to be something else, and I think you as an artist can relate. You know, when you're trying to sound like somebody else instead of figuring out what your own voice is, what your own style is. Like, I was trying.
And your strong points. It's probably the same. Like being a corn performer and being an artist
100%.
you gotta find what you good at
and
then focus on that
and that's what I figured out what my thing. I was gonna let you slide the fucking
Hey man,
you been over there in the cut acting up, okay?
I told you he bring me up here for a reason.
For a reason.
Yeah, he is shenanigans.
Yeah, like I figured out my strong points, and I realized, man, I'm a sensual dude. I'm not a, I think I figured out like I look good. I'm a nice looking guy, so like there's certain angles that I have. My fans like a lot. Like I said, I come a lot. I just started learning things about myself. So
I'm sorry.
So casual.
That's hard because to me it's just literally just like it's whatever. But
I'm more laughing because you said it so smooth. It's like, that's a wild thing to have on a resume.
I come a lot.
Again, it's just for me, it's work. But
I know.
I figured out what I'm good at, and so that's what I focus on. And so now when I look at my content now versus back then, I'm like, it's completely different. It's 100% better.
Have you been desensitized?
To what exactly?
There's work sex, and then there's out of work sex.
Oh, I mean, I don't really have a lot of sex in my personal life, just because, not because I'm desensitized. It just hasn't really been worth the time.
Got a load to do
I know
back.
what it feels like to. Not even that. It's really something. It's just like it's not worth it. Like I swear, bro. I told it in some stand up. I said I know what it feels like to be a bad bitch, bro. Like sometimes, can you relate to where I don't even want to give it out because I ain't trying to use it. My apologies, but it's more so like it's not worth the time. You get there and it just be like. This shit ain't even what like it ain't even what it was supposed to be. Like you done talked it up. I got here.
That's why it's standards at this point.
And that's why when you said that, I was like, I immediately resonated with. There's certain things that I'm just like. So
off top, I'm judging you.
Yeah, so it's like.
But it's different. I guess it's sex. I don't know. Do y'all like you can look at a girl and be like, yeah, she got some good pussy. Like no.
Honestly, for me, I'll be able to tell.
I got a homeboy who said yes, so I'm just trying to get. I'm asking all men, and I'm gonna add it up.
Maybe he can.
Yeah, that's how you get the average.
Yeah, there's gonna be some outliers, but in my experience, I look more so at how someone carries himself because I have grown to know a woman that is confident in herself. Those are the ones like I remember. Actually, it was a couple days ago, man. There's a shorty who she shot her shot at me, and I was just like, that was very telling. It was very telling. Like she knows what she likes, she knows who she is, and I was like, those are the ones that be like, that's some good Gucci in between there. But the ones that's you can't. I'm not a person that I can just tell by certain body types. You can tell, but like for the most part, I look more so how you carry yourself. And to answer your question, am I desensitized? No, I can definitely. Again, I can turn the light off and leave the room and I get to be myself. It just hasn't really been worth the time. And that started happening more and more. A lot of, why are you being weird to me was happening to me too. It was just like, you know what? If I'm not being paid, it's not something that's actually meaningful. I actually care about you as a person. Casual sex, I'm okay with a bad bitch giving me a compliment. Like, I'm okay with a bad bitch so much you want to fuck. I'm like, I appreciate that. Like, thank you for that. But it's my job.
What's your last relationship?
The pandemic was count, because I was more of like a nigga. I needed you just combined shelter, like
Combined shelter.
Wait.
I saw you walking. I was like, you got some pretty hands. Like, girl, like, come over. It's kind of like.
You know how to cook and clean.
Yeah, you were like, yeah, you wearing your mask too?
I can drive. I know you can't, so come on.
Yeah. So it was like 2020.
So I got two men here, and she had a very good question. What is bad coochie besides hygiene?
I thought she was going to be here to take it. Because I don't want to be the one. I don't.
Say that again.
What is bad? What makes a woman have bad coochie besides hygiene?
Y'all not going to get me canceled again? I ain't saying shit.
I'm a
Ron Jackson. I love all women. There's no such thing as bad coochie.
I'm gonna be PC about it. Coochie can be bad if we don't.
Don't make this 5 minutes.
If we don't got no real connection, yo, shut the fuck up.
You do this every time. You do it every time.
If we don't got no real connection, then it's bad.
Okay.
Valid. I would say it's what surrounds the coochie is what to me can make or break. Because I'm telling you, there have been, and I'm sure you in the like, and I won't say industries, but there have been some people that are beautiful. I'm never gonna I'll never do you like that. I never do you like that. But like,
I really messing with you at this point.
I'm so big on like comfort. I'm like, I don't ever want to.
I see you done said it 50 times.
But it's because like when I think about it, it'll be like, you ever met somebody absolutely gorgeous, but like they attitude stink, or you ask for
yes. Oh my gosh.
I went out with a girl before, like again, I'm only rocking with that type. That's just my standard. That's just what I like. And so we're at the restaurant, and I'm hearing how she's talking to the people working around.
Oh, that's.
I've never put my dick in ever. You wouldn't get to see it.
I stopped hanging out with girls go out to eat. Don't do that.
She look better on mute.
That not even it's like on mute, but also it's like it's too late. Then it's like, you know what now?
Yeah.
Like it was one of those where I opened her car door. She was trying to get, you know what I'm saying, trying to do a little freak while I'm driving. I'm like, hey love, like.
Have a good night.
I'm about to drop you off.
Yeah, it's kind of like so. Like, where's your? She caught a little attitude about it. I'm just like, I just communicate like, yo, I watched how you interacted with everybody around there. I don't care how good you look. It is my job to fuck bad bitches. That's my job.
Yeah, that's a flex.
I know, right?
Whoa, what?
That's a flex, right?
Well, because it's like sometimes they'll think because they cute, they can, there's just like, you do not have a kind heart. That means more to me than anything else that you could bring to the table. Because if all you're bringing is cute, I've got a scene tomorrow with somebody
that's cute,
like who already, and I'm getting paid for that. So it's like if I'm doing this here, even if I wasn't in doing what I'm doing now, to me it's like, bro, I love a sweetheart, but a red flag, I'm on a huge red flag. And when it comes time to tip in, I remember she said something like, or I think she left the table because like I every time I leave a restaurant, I remember being a server. I stack all the plates. If I got trash, put it all on there, clean it up, leave the tip in a very visible place. And she was like, "Dang, you gonna tip that much? They ain't do all that." And I'm like,
"That's fucked up."
It was already in my mind. I was thinking, I might let her suck my dick. It was like after that, I was like, you gonna get a crumb. You
gonna get a crumb.
You ain't getting a crumb. Like I'm not even gonna let you see it. Don't even look this way for it. Like nah. But,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So to answer your question, sorry, that was a lot.
What was the question?
For me, it's more. You say what?
Yeah, nigga, he did the 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, okay.
What makes back? I can always bring it back. The bad coochie. It's more so what envelops, the carrier. Because the smell. Sometimes that's a pH thing. Sometimes that's like if someone.
I mean, that's a go-to. What a lot of guys have said, and I'd like to take that off the table.
Yeah, so it's like I don't even think that's fair. Sometimes, because like I said, I've given whack dick before. Even as of like. Hell, early last year, I gave somebody some whack dick to the point I was so disappointed in myself. But see, Shorty was like my fourth scene of that day, and she didn't know that.
Oh, shit.
So it was just like...
That's a lot.
What?
Yeah, man. It was,
my dick would be screaming at me.
I won't do that ever again. But I had like a quick trip to LA, and I was like, I'm trying to pack as much as I can into it. And...
Literally.
Both times.
We're all children at this point.
My fourth, and she was my third scene, and it was just like he wouldn't get hard long enough, and it was like, this isn't who I really am. Fuck it, you take some L sometimes, man.
All right, so performance anxiety. How do you deal? Yeah, you go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Go around.
Performance anxiety. I think being prepared, honestly, like practicing a lot, doing rehearsal a lot. So then it's like once you on stage, it's just muscle memory. Like when you hear music, like to this day, it's certain songs. If I learned it, I know the dance. So, you know, it's like I can go back and I'll be like, okay, let me practice a little bit. All right, we good. It's just muscle memory. So I like to practice. I like to be prepared. When I'm not prepared, I suck. So,
I was gonna say something about this earlier. I was letting you cook though. But when you was talking about the recording in the studio, it's something like I like to tell a lot of artists I work with, and even a lot of my close friends that don't record a lot. Hey, you sound trash right now because of the fact that you don't record a lot.
Exactly.
So for me, I record myself, I mix myself, I do all that, so I can go home right now. May not want to record something. I can sit down, do it great in like 3, 4, maybe 5 takes. And where somebody else, they gotta like keep rehearsing, keep training, all that stuff. So with the performance anxiety, I know a lot of people have recording anxiety. A lot of people, they hate recording. Like
they don't like to hear themselves.
Yeah, like I used to be like that. I used to be like that. I used to hate hearing myself. I love I love hearing myself. One thing I don't like doing though, I don't like recording in front of people.
Okay.
Only because I know people be talking.
Are the lights off?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I have candles.
I used to do that.
I hope so.
Really?
I used to record with the lights off, and if people was in the room, I would make them turn the mic around so my back was like facing the people. I don't care if they watch me, but I can't see them. But now I'm better.
I just don't like I don't like people talking to me when I'm recording. Especially when they try to ask me like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Like that's been plenty of things. I'll be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up."
But that's because you can't engineer yourself. You think?
Yeah. Basically, I'm really. It's a really boring thing when I record.
Cause I love having an input. Like if I tried to record by myself, ain't shit gonna get done. I'm gonna redo the same thing like 15 times. My ear is like, no, it could be better. It could be better. I need somebody to be like, bitch, that's enough.
Like, my mic,
we're good. I'm gonna mix this. Okay.
My mic is just like that at home. Like it's stand on a little thing, and I'll be like, click, boom, click, boom, click, boom.
Yeah,
I ain't like that. Click, boom, click, boom.
How long you been recording?
I've been recording since 2017.
Oh wow! So you just locked in?
Yeah, honestly, I can. I mean, if I want to, like a lot of times, I don't force myself to record anymore. But there was times where I could record like 5, 6 songs at a time.
Yeah,
I don't do that no more though.
Why?
Because I decided to get more personal with music instead of just making songs,
just doing stuff. Yeah.
So
I have a question. Since we have guys here, we can have somebody weigh in on this. So you do lashes. How big is too big on a lash?
Motherfucking mothball.
Scientifically,
we got their caterpillar shit.
because it's kind of like if you got a teeny tiny lash, right, and you trying to attach like some big ass shit to it, it's not gonna work. It's gonna fall off. It's gonna be bad. In my personal opinion, how I do lashes, I'm not doing those super, what they call snuffleupagus, baby bop. We ain't doing that. I ain't giving you no 25 millimeters, you know what I'm saying? Because I want you to be able to come to me and spend your money with me for a long time. If I give you fucked up lashes and then now you can't spend your money because your lash is blown out, we ain't messing with it. So I ain't gonna say, it's a such thing as too big, this, that. But sometimes I be seeing girls and I be like, ooh, baby, you need to pull them off. I don't do strips though. So as long as it's lash extensions, we could start there. Okay. Now, if you going to other people, I'm not gonna speak on that. Okay. Now, if you go to other people and you want me to take that shit off and give you something else, then I'm gonna tell you, baby, we're not doing that. We're gonna do something else.
Fellas.
Yes.
How much lash is too lash?
Okay.
How much lashy?
I feel like you're excited for this. Go ahead. Shoot your shot.
Okay. Y'all don't hate me. All right. So have you ever seen work done? I support natural bodies. I support BBLs, all that. I love a good BBL. But however, have you ever seen a BBL on a leg like this and she's looking like Black China in the back?
Oh, name dropped. Okay. I said it.
That's exactly how I feel when I see a small ass eye or some shit with a big ass like.
It needs to be proportionate.
It's looking like fucking angel wings on your face, like, bro.
And that works with some girls' look. Like some girls, like their the aesthetic is giving dark lashes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a certain look.
But it gotta be for you. And a lot of people don't understand what is for you and what's not for you.
And as a woman,
Yeah.
we get used to certain things.
Okay.
So I think like you're doing a thing and you're going to somebody and they're just doing your lashes. Like I've been doing lashes, it'll be 8 years in like May or June. So damn long ago, I can't even remember the month. But I've been doing it for a real long time. And I done went through my phase where I was wearing too big lashes and bottom lashes and all that. And then one day I looked in the mirror, I was like, girl, you look crazy as fuck. It really wasn't nothing nobody could tell me because I was just used to a certain look. Like when you're used to looking, so it kind of makes you feel like you look good even, and then because most men are gonna be like, baby, that's too much lashes, them too much. But I will say this, y'all should start speaking up because I just met I know I'm just saying, I met a guy recently and he was like a real grown man. He was telling me, he was like, I think next time when you get your nails done, you should get them shorter. And I was like, I think he might be right. Because he know I had broke 3 nails before I had saw him. It's extra. It's high maintenance. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
All right, before I wrap, I like to do this thing where people can ask each other the questions.
Man, we was having a good time.
Oh, I thought you had to rap.
No, I thought you was I already said I ain't got it.
I thought you said you had to rap. I was trying to get you out of here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I told you I ain't got anything to do tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, so, I still like to open up the questions for you asking people from different walks of life. Do you have any questions for him? Do you have any questions for her? What do you want to know?
I would ask you, who is it that you would like genuinely want to write for? Or who is it that you really want to work with to where you feel like, yeah. Like,
1975.
I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna give a band, a male artist, and a female artist. Okay. So right now, I do a lot of production and writing for female artists. Comfortable with that. Always been. So I would say, honestly, I would want to work with this girl named or this woman named Mahalia. She's British. She makes R&B. She's real dope. Her or Alyx Isley. I love them. How male Drake. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Drake. But also I have a whole lot of Chris Brown stuff. That I just, if it got to him, I just knew. Like, I just knew. And I'm afraid to use them because I'm like, bruh, no. I feel like if I ever get into a room, I could just be like, hey, here. And I just know. And then he said, funny enough, there's a band that I'm really like heavily inspired by, the 1975. I would like to, like, that's one of my dream things is have like them produce something of mine. So yeah.
I feel like you just introduced me to some artists.
He give me fire playlists.
Oh, I can put you on like any genre. It don't matter.
Yeah, he had me listening to 80s rock and then 90s and like he just give you
I'll be all over the place.
Okay.
Straight up.
My playlist is incredible.
Yeah, you might need to go ahead and make that playlist live. It's open. It's on Apple Music. Look, where is that?
It could be on Apple Music right now. I just got it on Spotify.
Okay, yeah.
You got a question for them?
I don't really like. I was just saying.
I was gonna ask you, would you like to stay independent, or are you guys looking to do label type situation?
I think the goal always as an artist is to have some sort of support. Like what we was talking about earlier, where there's like distribution, pub, where there's like a real major deal. I just know that being in the industry and having deals right now, the climate is like you kind of have to have leverage in order to get the best deal for you. And my mom is a lawyer, so I don't really be going for a lot of shit. Like even the group situation has been
What's
times.
the red flag in the contract?
First of all,
We're gonna
Oh my god.
it's time right here. It's a fucking receipt paper. Hell no. No, but my biggest red flag to start off is a lot of people will try to have you to have the same lawyer as them. And I think that, like, I didn't know that it wasn't common knowledge, but I remember the first time somebody said this shit like that to me, and I was like, bitch, I might look green, but I'm not. We're never doing that. Having me want to say like a 360 deal. I mean, like from where I'm sitting, I know that if a label saw me and heard my music and my group, they're gonna want a piece of everything.
All right.
Cause it's a look, it's a sound, it's a vibe. Like we could be on TV, like we could be on lunch boxes, like we go to schools and talk to kids, and then we also like have a gay fan base, like, or LGBTQ. I guess I gotta say it all the way out politically correct. But we used to perform at a lot of pride events before, so it's like we just are a full package. Yeah. And me individually, I'm a full package. My group mates model, like we all we pulling up, we coming through. Yeah. So I would have a lot of questions about, okay, so you all, this is what you about to give me. So, cause I don't work for my money.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. We gonna have everything we need. It's coming done. Yeah. The album is done. Anybody want to sign us? The album is done, baby. We're ready to go. We got a 30-minute show, 2-minute show. We can do what you need. But you kind of got me fucked up if you feel like I'm about to be doing all that and I'm about to be splitting $100,000 three ways.
So you think a 360 is a bad thing?
I think it depends on your leverage. Okay. Like if I had $1 million,
I'm glad you said that.
1 million followers, you know what I'm saying? And then like I signed to a label and they want to put me in a 360. Like it depends on the terms. Like how long is the contract? Like what do you want for real? And when you approach conversations like that, especially me being a woman, a lot of people are kind of caught off guard. Mm-hmm. They're like, "What do you mean? What do I want? I don't want anything." And I'm like, "Bitch,
yeah, you want something? What are the terms?
Where is it at? Let me find it. Is it on page 58? Come on, we gonna get through it because I'm sending back red lines." Yeah. You're gonna be pissed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my lawyer. I'm so sorry. All the time I'm telling them, we're not fucking doing that. Fuck them. Because something else is gonna come. And if it don't, I'm not signing my life. I done seen some shit. Being an artist, being in the music industry is not for the weak-hearted, the weak-minded. You got thin skin, and it ain't none of that for you at all. I be thankful I went through a lot of stuff I went through like younger in life, because now I be like, bitch, I went viral for some stupid shit. They was all in the comments. I was like, ha ha.
I really appreciate you saying that. Yeah. I really appreciate you saying that, because a lot of people don't like. There is a certain pattern that goes on, and a lot of times I know it's easy to get caught off guard when something big happens, but you gotta also have a certain, like, as far as I know, you gotta have a certain introspective to, or even like looking outside of the moment to know, oh, I've seen this happen before. Let me get a little bit more knowledge. If it's something I don't know, let me find somebody that knows it, because there's been a lot of people that got fucked over.
And it's different for us being in a group, because we always have to think about 33.3, 33. Yeah. It's always getting split. So it's never, which is not an issue, because we aren't making music together just for the money. But it's like, if you're going to be asking for my time and my livelihood, like a lot of people don't understand, certain type of deal you get, you're not going to work anymore. And it's and you're not getting a per diem. You better hope you don't got no bills. You better hope you was for real a struggling artist, and you was staying with somebody and you didn't have your shit together. You take care of some shit because you have to figure it out. That's why everybody that's in my group, we're all entrepreneurs. I have a lash shop. Kobe has a mobile pet grooming company, and Dre has a clothing line. So it's like we all took time to figure out what we was gonna do so we could supplement our lives, because we were struggling artists. We were struggling to pay $1,200 rent, and it was 3 of us. Like, when I look back on the type of shit that we was doing and dealing with, it's like, well, we could have just got a job. We would have been okay, but it's the dream.
Right.
You gotta hold on to it.
I want to talk to you guys about. You have a writer?
Well, we write and we.
No. Do you have a writer?
Writer.
Yeah.
I just need to be able to smoke weed. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, if I could smoke, I need some water, some fruit. But I need to be able to smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys, are writers customary in your industry?
What is that?
So a rider is a list of things that is either required,
green M&Ms,
or suggested.
Kind of ice cream without.
And they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that stupid shit.
Right. So a rider is something that you request or is heavily suggested for when you come in. So like a lot of artists,
comfortable.
Yeah.
And in your vibe.
See, in acting, yes, in my trailer, I'll already have like the snacks, like the crafty. All
Oh, they don't play acting?
Yeah, they don't.
I've been spoiled by that because
Oh
in
my
porn,
gosh.
It depends. Actually, in porn, I can remember there was one company, Dark X. They were actually the first mainstream, cool, second, but my most consistent mainstream company I work with. Mm-hmm. The director, he just got it. Mm-hmm. He understood, if you take care of me, I'll take care of you. And so I'd get there, and he is to the point now. He already knew I liked turkey and Swiss, fruit already waiting on me, and red vines, like the candy. He already knew every time I showed up at set, it was just an assortment, and he would always take care of me in that way. But a lot of times in porn, no, bro. They make you do everything. Pay for your test, bring your own wardrobe, provide like get there, your own where you're staying at, all that.
That's a little janky.
Not a little. It's a lot of janky.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
Damn.
Crazy.
Like what?
Could have been like porn been doing it for could have been they've been. I'm talking about. It used to blow my mind, but especially this go around when I'm coming back. Mm-hmm. Standards. There's certain non-negotiables.
Do you get pushback for your standards in the industry?
They'll literally like not fuck with you. And I'm like, I'm okay with that because again, my own content does very well. That's why I'm so big on ownership and same with like
leverage.
You guys as
Go back to
music
leverage.
as artists, exactly. I know the leverage that I have. Same what you were saying. I can do a lot of things, and when I say I'm good at a lot of shit, it's not like in a cocky way. I've been bad at a lot of stuff. Worked hard to get where I can do. Like the fact that we were talking about stand up before. There's a lot of things that I can do. I write.
I was a teacher here.
Stand up. I model. I also I don't rap at all, but like I'll kick a little freestyle. You know what I'm saying? If we got to, but like I do a lot of different things, and so for me, my leverage has always been. A lot of times in porn, I'm like, bro, I'm cool in real life. I don't like followers are gonna come. I do this in real life. Like you put me in a room of people, it's that star quality that I know I have. I already know I have that. So it's like when I do talk to companies, there's a lot of companies they be like, oh, okay, we're not interested. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, because truth be told, I've done this on a set. I done been trifling like this before, and it pissed some Caucasians off. One time I got on set, and they mentioned something that I didn't like. I looked at the girl and I was like, you want to just go have on a hotel and kind of just do our own? Like, we can just get a real nice hotel in LA, like do our own thing.
Oh, that's savage.
And then, because it was just like yeah,
They probably done put that type of shit in the contracts now. Like, cannot leave set.
Because the girl didn't want to do a particular act, and they kept trying to like push. I was just like, hey, I pulled it to the side. I was like, yo, I'm okay if we live. Like, do you want to just? And so we did. And I remember there was another time where I had a gangbang scene actually, and they were talking
about that.
Yeah, man. Those are.
Is it as intense in real life as it looks on my phone?
She didn't say online. She said on her phone.
I seen it before.
Yeah, not really.
She was studying. She was studying.
I was like, oh no, oh my god.
Not really, because honestly, it's a lot of. Honestly, when you get on set and it's like people you know, like eventually you start becoming cool with dudes. So it's like, man, like we get there.
Yo, what's up, Mark?
I
did that right there.
Like, if I was a girl, I'd be like, bro, like I'm specifically here for a check, and like I done finessed it to the point where I've been in a 20-man blow bang.
That's a lot of dicks.
Yeah,
Whoa,
bro. Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of dicks, and it was like one girl. And so the thing is, though, I was
What do
watching-
she be doing? Poor baby? But
I've
I
seen one
guess
of
not
those
poor
before.
baby. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot, ain't it, girl?
Technique.
Going back
Okay.
to being a professional, that's why I say like a lot of times people be like, oh, I could have like, there's some real professionals. Like the girl really likes that. Like she really.
That's her thing.
That's the Julio Jones of what she do. Like she.
I want to know who that is.
A couple of people. But, I remember like I remember getting.
He about to get banned.
I remember
In a
getting
game
there,
nice.
and I realized after a while, because the first time my first blow I was like struggling to bust a nut, and I was like the last person. I started paying attention. I was like, he's not really counting who all is busting a nut here. Like she's already covered in it. So like by like the seventh
Covered in it.
see by like the 10th person. All I do now, so you're saying is it intense?
That was my
I was
nut
one of those
right
people
there.
where, bro, it gets to the point where you just be like, I'll go up, get my little 30 seconds of camera time, you know, fuck her face a little bit, you know, do whatever, and then step back. And if as long as you're talking in the background, they won't know. So I just be like, hell yeah, bitch. Yeah, you like that shit, huh? Yeah, do that shit. Hell yeah, choke on that shit. Hell yeah, hold her down. Yeah. And then when they be like, and then so director, you have 30 seconds. You'll have 30 seconds each. And when it's done, he'll go like that, above the camera. Like, he'll go like that. So, you know, move on. There's always some horny nigga that tries to stay there too long. I'd be like, have fun, kid. That's what you. This is your
It must be your first rodeo.
Not even that. Some of them are just. If this is your ideal situation, my fantasy doesn't include another dick in it. I'm not here for that. And so when it's my time, like, all right, I'll smoothly like one time moonwalked out that motherfucker like something smooth, and then I go in the back and like I said, hell yeah, bitch, yeah, you like that shit, hell yeah, take that shit, yeah, and then he'll be like, he'll do this, which basically, man, I'm so proud of you for keeping it as long as you have. He'll go like this.
Hell yeah, bitch. Yeah, take that shit. You like that shit.
Especially the interracial one.
You like that black cock.
Yeah. See, I won't go that far. I say, hey, yeah, take that shit.
That's
Take that dick, bitch.
Nah, bro. And then
And so he'll do like this.
Oh my
Give a
gosh.
thumbs up. And that's when you know basically it's time to come. There's always the people that are like ready, cool.
Well, you got to time it?
That's why you said it's intense. Yes, but also no. Because like I said, the whole time you're hearing, hell yeah, take that shit, bitch. But you're not realizing it's just a nigga me in the background.
Right.
Like completely not even.
Eating snacks and shit.
I'm hell yeah.
And then when you done, that's mine right there. That was my nut.
In the back with red vines.
Here's the thing.
Doing ad libs.
I've been on like the finesse tip because it's just like, and I hope I don't ruin the game. I don't plan on ever doing another blowbangs. I'm sorry if I ruin it for anybody, but like I said, they wasn't keeping track. So I was like, I can save my nut. I got like, because I would schedule like another scene of my own later after. So I'm like, I'm not.
Are you double dipping?
Exactly. I'm like, but I'm not finna.
He gotta get his money.
I'm gonna get paid on the front end right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get paid on the front end. Save my nut, because like he'll just ask me, hey, did everybody come up? Look, hell yeah, yeah, that was big ass nut. He's not looking. He just sees on the camera. He just sees black dick shooting something out. He's not paying attention to whose it was. So I'm like, shit. If you ask me, hell yeah, I did.
So roll call.
I didn't do it.
Bro, I just thought about editing this and like you got to do a roll call.
I mean, yeah, he's not gonna look. Wait a minute. I didn't see Brad.
I've been bamboozled.
Yeah, no.
By then it's too late. I'm already gone.
So it's kind of easy money.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing.
Okay.
See, one day I remember it was a 24-man.
24.
We just keep adding niggas. Goddamn.
I didn't know. I got the email.
Wait, it was to celebrate Kobe? It was Mamba mentality?
You know what?
That's crazy.
Mamba. But nah, so what happened was
Roxy Reynolds take Mamba.
I didn't look at you like she's hey now.
Hey, listen, bro.
Y'all might need a goddamn link up on some creative.
I'm true to this.
But look, so I tell you,
Oh my God.
it was a 24-man, and I didn't know. I was under the impression it was just me and the girl on the call sheet. I looked her up. I was like,
Wait, 24 dudes and one chick?
yeah. And it was like in this little space upstairs in a little like loft situation, whatever. I'm there and I'm kind of like, I'm already pissed that first of all I show up and there's niggas. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? This is my day. And he's like, nah, bro, this is boy. I'm like, God, damn. And I already have a scene set up with a major porn star already. Like, and like I'm texting her and I'm like, yeah, I'll be done. Thinking I'll be done by 2. It's 1 o'clock and I'm like, we ain't started yet. I literally was like, I called my agent and I was like, hey yo, I'm leaving. Like I'm not really asking for permission. I'm leaving. Mm-hmm. Left. Shot with a porn star, had a great time. Ended up shooting with another one after that. Another one came in, so I was just like, I was big on that. I was big on that type aspect as far as the business wise. I was like, again, my time. I'm sitting around here. I don't even really want to be here like that, and they're not paying me like that. I can get my own content with somebody who's already like they are a bigger name than your entire company put together. It makes more sense for me to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's almost like they have you working with some up and coming artists, and then Lil Baby is like, "Hey, yo, I got a feature for you right now."
We pulling up on Baby.
Exactly. It's like, yo, fuck what y'all talking about.
OPF called and said,
Dominique called me. I'm gonna go ahead and head over that.
"See you guys later."
Right.
About to get
Yeah, man. That how that goes. Yeah.
You mentioned earlier, like you worked with the girl after she didn't want to do a particular act. Yeah. Have you found certain kinks that you didn't have before entering the industry?
The laugh. Okay, Quagmire.
Because I'm still very vanilla. But the thing is, I know
you can't say it with a straight face.
I'm very vanilla.
Okay.
I'm very vanilla. It's just for me, bro. I can turn on whatever I need to turn on. Like I got to shoot for a company called Kink. They exposed me to a lot of stuff that I didn't know I was into. It was another gangbang. So it was like 4 dudes though.
You can't just walk.
One girl.
Wait, what? Hey, what did you find that you were into?
It was the fact that it was a very kink. It was very dominant, BDSM heavy, and I didn't know I was into BDSM. And until like we got to tying her up, and I was just like,
you French
as a
vanilla.
dom or a submissive?
Dom.
Okay, you're dom.
I'm like my BDSM test is like 99.9% dominant. Like I just don't. There's no shade to anybody who is. Just for me, it only goes one way. It's kind of like the way I wanted to go, type shit. And so that's what kind of the BDSM.
You took the test?
I did.
What's yours say?
So much pressure. I'm more vanilla. I'm more vanilla.
Okay. You took the
I
test?
got my results. Hold on.
What test?
You can look at
There's a test,
You might have to
there's a test
go to
that's
Google and
how
find
you
it
just
if
like
you
a
ain't ever
personality
took the
test for your sex life.
Okay.
I thought when a girl asked me to do it, she said, "Take this test and then text me back." I'm like, I thought she was a joke, but she was serious.
She was dead ass.
Yeah, because she was into a lot of heavy.
That's why she wanted you to take the
What's your
test.
test say?
I'm a switch.
You give me that immediately. Like,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
no disrespect. It's just me. There's
Yeah.
like I've worked with a
They
lot
say
of
yeah
people.
like that.
Who have that You know what I've learned too? A lot of times, bro, it'd be like the most like hood chick. Like you get them in there, it's a complete opposite.
Switch.
Instantly, like she's instantly the like good girl, baby girl. Like instantly, whatever I say goes type. But honestly, the only thing that brings that out, you got to be on your shit. You got to know that you know. I got 3 C's that I'm gonna share with y'all later. 3 C's that if you do.
You sure you don't bang?
No problem. You do these 3 C's, you're guaranteed to have great sex.
Yeah, how he said it too. I got 3 seeds for you niggas.
Yeah, see.
Alright, cool. I didn't even
You
French vanilla.
You whip it out on the second. It's a second date
I already
question.
know what it is, but it's like
That's more like a 5th date question.
Yeah,
honestly,
5th date.
to be real.
I feel like you can't just be walking up on people like, hey, how you doing? So what's your kinks?
Some
Like,
people talk-
no.
Some people first date.
That's honestly
Crazy.
That's too much. Ladies, do not be out here telling nobody that. They better figure it out.
Ladies that ass.
ladies.
Oh,
whatever
okay,
you're
ladies,
comfortable
keep asking.
with, whatever you're comfortable with, ladies. Do
You
your fuck
stupid.
bro.
You stupid.
I'm with whatever the girls is with, okay?
That sounds
Honestly,
right. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Cause see, anyways though, as far as my BDSM stuff, yeah, man, I figured out from working with the kink. I'm gonna pull it up in a second. From working with kink though, even in my own content, I enjoy
Giving lashes.
dominant. If they're with it, it just really depends. Like I just really enjoy the dominant aspects.
I got a good question for y'all.
Sex. What's up, man?
I had this is actually a question I asked last season, but given the people here, it makes more sense. What's the worst sex injury you ever had?
Sex injury.
You sound like I'm an athlete, nigga.
It's coming in contests, a lot of performance.
Man, she was riding and she broke my dick tight.
That has happened.
That's happened to somebody before?
Yeah, you jam the dick and
I literally know
you got a
somebody
muscle
broke
spasm
his
in your
dick.
shit.
Damn, that's sad.
It's a muscle.
I think it was it was 1 or 2 porn stars. He actually had to do a GoFundMe to fix it, like twice.
Okay, well, he needs to evaluate what the fuck he been doing.
Well, it's the girl.
One time, what they said, one time, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fooled me twice. Whatever George W. Bush said.
Can't get
That was your fault. The second time was his fault. He liked that shit.
I don't know. I can't speak for him. It ain't my meat.
I'm calling
That's
it.
crazy.
That's crazy. I like how you raised the mic specifically for that.
Ain't my meat.
It's not my meat.
You know,
What's the worst you experienced?
I don't feel like I ever had no sex injury. Like maybe some carpet
Bad bruise.
burn
Yeah, I
or
was about to
something.
say,
Yeah, like something like that. But I mean, it come with the territory. Depending on what you into, then you.
You feel me? It's like some of the stuff come with it, so I wouldn't even call it an injury. It's like that's like you play.
that's
you get a
nice.
concussion, like nigga.
It's
you
a beauty
kinda-
mark.
It's an injury though.
I mean, yeah.
No, it's a
but
beauty
like-
mark.
It's like
It's a battle scars. It's tattoos.
Battle scars.
I haven't had any like injuries. I know I've given, but again, I wouldn't really call it. It was like
It don't have to
One
be
girl
like a
passed
broken
out.
arm. Well,
yeah,
what?
one girl passed out.
Why?
So
Bring it
I was
Just choke
choking her.
stroke.
I need specifics because I'm like, you just got niggas passing out.
Yeah, too much choke on a stroke.
Okay.
Choking her, but she was asking for it because she was like keep. And I could see in her eyes, but at that point, bro, she was like, she wanted it to like
Oh, that's a thing. Asphyxiation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She's literally like, and I'm like,
I've been asked that
before.
before, and that's why I know you, because you got to be a different mindset to be do
And it
that.
takes
No,
so
you
much
gotta
trust.
do it right.
Exactly.
I'm
like,
strong as shit though.
It's not even about the strength.
Okay.
Like it's not. It's really about like. There's a lot of people that don't know how to choke. You have to know. Like honestly, it
All right,
don't take me.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
What's up?
Press down or grip the sides.
If you go to your neck, you can go to your own neck right here.
I want to do that in front of you, bro.
Well, I mean, you just can see like here.
I want to make eye contact while I do that with you.
I can talk. I can
Go ahead,
talk
go
fine,
ahead.
but you can talk fine, but I can tell like cutting off a little circulation here. I don't even really need to do all. This more so comes out just if you get caught up in the whatever.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I gotta,
But it's
because
this
once I
fleshy
turn
part
it
of your
on,
hand.
it's hard for me to turn it off.
Use this fleshy part of your hand. That
Well,
way
you better
never have to
practice.
worry about that. It never has to.
You better practice because y'all can't be out here having girls passing out, Lord.
Unless they ask for it. But it's more so. I tell anybody.
Even then, sometimes we don't know what we
You see
want.
this part of your hand right here? It's the fleshy part of your hand. Okay, don't you take this part and you put it. There's like two arteries, a carotid artery. Yeah, here. If you just place it, even now if you're watching this, you can just place it here. You can immediately feel like I can see
Yeah,
the
because
talk, but
yeah.
I'm feeling it. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that too much. I'm not into that. But that's
That
why-
nigga finna
no, I'm not. Relax. I'm not into that at all. It's just, I didn't like
let me go to the bathroom real quick.
I went to the bathroom break, come back, draw stain.
Y'all getting on my nerves.
My fault, y'all.
Essentially, yeah, you just gotta know how to choke. And but as far as sex injury, I don't have any. I'm steady trying to find my test results. There's so much shit to.
Oh my god! All right.
here it goes right here.
Does everyone feel like they've been heard?
Yeah, this was awesome.
Great.
I've been seen.
I did my job.
I was enjoying this.
Oh, the 3C. Oh, what's the 3C?
He not gonna say it on camera.
I would not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it ain't no. I did get my results up though from a BDSM test. 98% dominant, 81% exhibitionist, aka like to be watched. 71% degrader, 66 rigor, like to tie people up. 54% primal, 51% brat tamer, 50% master, 45% sadist, 43% non-monogamous, 39% owner, 39% vanilla, 35% experimentalist, and the rest of these they was little. Daddy 10%, voyeur. I don't like to watch, so I don't know where that 9% came from. Like, I'm not one that's gonna watch people fuck. I'm like, bro, I don't care to do that. It's not my thing. I'll watch like a pretty girl like playing with that shit. I'm like, okay, baby, go do your thing. That might be where that little bit came from, but yeah, the rest 0%. Brat, Pat. The submissive 0%. I just, yeah. 3 C's. You do these 3 C's. Because I just thought about something. I was just like, because I remember there's always a girl that's going to try it. And this is why even going to you talking about standards, there are certain standards, it's only going to go one way. Mm-hmm. I only like to have sex when, so like, already off rip, if I'm talking to a shorty and she's like, yeah, I don't kiss, I'm like, okay, then already we don't need to do, we can just be friends. Like, I'm okay. Or she's like, yeah, I'm in control. I'm like, I can already tell you now, you're not my type. I'm not for you. Again, that's okay. More people to understand that's cool. I'm not for you. I only like the things be done one way. That's a standard I have. I don't have to negotiate it, so I'm not. But with that being said, that ties into my 3 C's. The first C, the most important C, is consent. And that sounds so simple. Sounds very head-assy, but there's a lot of people don't understand how deep consent is. It's not always just sexually. And also, we should all know that consent can be revoked at any time. If a yes was a yes now, it can be no later.
Yeah.
Pineapples.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever your safe word of choice is. But for me, I've realized for a woman to have the orgasm that she really is after, it needs to be a space where it's safe. It needs to be a space where shorty knows I'm good. At any point in time, if there's something I don't like, I can stop. And also, because I've had this happen too, where girls completely like, all right, stop, I don't want to do this anymore. Don't make her feel weird about it. Don't. That shit's unplayer, bro. Like it's okay. If she's done, it's okay to just be done. It doesn't have to be a big thing. But in order for her to really be comfortable, really relaxed, that's where the best orgasms come from. Those are the ones that those are the best ones to look at. Those are the best ones to experience. When she's relaxed, she feels safe. And that's where going back to what I said, where, the women that be the hardest, push you out, beat your ass. When you get them in there, they understand it's a safe space. You know what you're doing. You're clean. You about something. That's when you see,
I read an article about that though. Like women being subs, like in a kink type of situation, most women that are subs are women that are very like headstrong in their regular life, like very bossy, like they be, and I guess men too, because I know a lot of men that are subs and they're like big wigs, like, or
It's the reverse. It's a psychology thing.
yeah, because they gotta do so much in real life.
A lot of times, them lawyers, doctors, they be some real freak leagues, for real.
Show do they want your whole foot in their mouth.
Yeah. But see, like, even I say
Speak
for
from
myself.
experience?
Yeah.
That part. Hey, I ain't mad at it. But,
Shit, me neither.
but a lot of times, I even think of myself, like, as my temperament, I'm not really a very loud. I'm not nobody that's going to be like, yeah, nigga, I'll fuck you up. I'm peaceful. The high road is the road I'm always going to take. But in the bedroom, different story. It's like, it's a different, situation. But anyways, going to consent. That first C, that lays the foundation for everything else. If you can handle that, if you can take care of that, you'll start to begin, the other C's begin to make sense. So the second C being communication. A lot of times people are having terrible sex because you're not talking about anything. You're just trying to go into it and thinking, yeah, ladies, stop thinking everybody's going to know what you like. Gentlemen, stop thinking you know everything. It's okay to not know. I think that's probably the best attribute I have is I'm okay to say I don't know. Baby girl, tell me what you like. I have conversations, that stem from porn that I take into my personal life. I will ask, it's an easy way to go over in porn. We call something do's and don'ts. What are your do's? What are your don'ts? What is something that you really you gotta have, like you love it? That's what takes you over the edge. Also, what is the don't? Because there's nothing worse than when ladies, I'm sure if you're watching this, or even gentlemen, but ladies watching this, dude will do some shit, you be like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, what made you think that that's what I like? Like, why did you put your thumb there? Why did you spit? Like, you watch too much porn, bro. Don't do what you see someone else do, because you have no idea. Like, even in my shit, I talk with all my partners before I do anything. I don't just do it because I think it looks good. It's like, nah, I talk about what it is they like, what they don't like. And then communication can also go, a lot of times, like I said, it'll even get stopped before we even get there. Because we'll go over, like, I know what I like. I'm a very sensual person. I like to kiss. I like to touch. That's my thing. Some people are like, I can't do that. It's like, okay, well, then we probably shouldn't. It's okay that we don't. But communicate what you like. Communicate what you don't like. Even during sex. And then that's where that consent, that's why I said that's like the foundation. If you're comfortable enough to speak up, be like, hey, you know what, that ain't it. That doesn't mean she's running. That don't mean do more of it. Like, just listen. And when ladies, I even tell ladies sometimes, like, as I don't like sloppy head, I'm not that dude. Like, don't need all that. Someone want to do it, they're like, yeah, I'll show him. I'm like, baby, I don't need you to.
I'll show him.
I need you to just show me you can listen. That's the only thing I need you to do. Just do what I ask you to do. If you could do that, we will be just fine. But communicating what your expectations are, what you like, what you don't like, boom, communication. So what are the first two? Y'all got the first two C's? First one?
Communication.
Consent. Communication.
So the third C, and it's an exciting one, chemistry. It's not hard to build. A lot of times y'all are having bad sex because you don't even really fuck with the person you fucking with. Like, stop putting, fellas and ladies, like, ladies, stop letting niggas fuck you that you don't even really give a fuck with. Fellas, stop fucking anything just to get a nut. That shit's weird. Like, we're old now. We're grown.
Yeah, that's outdated.
Yeah, like gas is too, eggs are $8 a dozen. Like, I'm not gonna waste my gas no, bro. Like, if it's not what I want, I don't even, like, fuck with you like that. I don't care how, have some stand up. Stand up.
Weaken the knees.
Yeah, just stand up. Like, the chemistry didn't take long. I'll give you a perfect example. When I show up on set, there's been times where there's literally a girl who, we ended up becoming really, really, like, she's like a best friend of mine. And we met on set the day of. I'd never heard of her. She never heard of me. We worked together. We bonded over SpongeBob jokes, bro. When I walked in there, and I think she said something. She was in the makeup chair, and I think she said something. I don't know.
Oh, you took the test?
You take the long one or the short one?
I'll take the short one.
You should take the long one. Probably should have told him that. He was too excited too. He was like, that ain't gonna be your most
I don't want to take the long one.
I mean, hey. But basically,
SpongeBob.
We bonded over. She made a quote that I heard. I was like, hold up. I said, so now I went back, and from there, we hit it off. In our scene, it was like you could tell, like, we actually liked each other. So even now in my content, I follow those 3 C's.
Mm-hmm.
The consent is there, communication is there, and then the chemistry. That's why, like, and I'll make a shameless plug for my sites whenever we get to that point. But it's always very organic. It's very genuine. You could tell these two people really fuck with each other. Like they really got like they really fucking like you could tell they really rock with each other. They really are rock with each other. And a lot of times it's just having the chemistry, like really, you know, having the foundation of the consent, the communication, and then from there on, you just start seeing little personality traits like how both of y'all might laugh at the same things or like the same things or even are on the same like field as far as like I like ambitious people. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be with nobody who ain't about shit. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not putting my dick in that. I'm just not interested. I'm sure you can relate to as well. It's like I'm not giving no pussy.
You gotta have some business about yourself, Lord. Yeah. Don't be trying to talk to me and you don't be doing nothing all day.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put your ass on payroll.
Exactly, that part. And so it's like when you have those three things, you are guaranteed to have sensational sex. And if not even that, you'll be able to at least like before you even get to it, like, hey, yo, you know what? This ain't it. You know, it's okay. When you find that person, you go through these things, and you find it, you start finding your sex life. And that's why I don't have a lot of sex in my personal life. It's like when I have those three C's, when I have all of them, that's when I'm like, okay, we can make some shake. We can do something, you know. But beyond that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we had 2 teachers here.
No, I feel like I got educated. I'm like, okay, consent.
Facts.
Okay, right. Communication, chemistry.
Yeah.
You finna go through that? No, not it. No.
Oh, I already did that.
Yeah.
As you should.
Let me tell you something.
You know what you bring to the table.
Please.
I'm telling you. When you know
I cut my last nigga off 4 days before Valentine's Day. Try me.
What did he do or didn't do?
I just felt like it wasn't enough for me. It just
what is
wasn't
applying
enough.
pressure to you?
It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Applying pressure, I can't give you no blueprint. Because applying pressure to me and applying pressure to the next woman is not going to be the same thing. Like how I was raised, I'm an only child.
You spoiled.
Yeah, I'm an only child. And then it's like my mom been making money. My mom used to work for the CDC. My mom is a public health lawyer. Both my grandparents are retired sergeant majors. So when it comes down to like foundation, I have that. I'm not about to let nobody none of me and like fuck up the legacy that I could provide for my family. Like it looked real like but when you actually try like to get into all of the layers that is me, I ain't going for half the shit that you going think you could pull over my eyes, and I be knowing everything. We have time for none of that shit.
Again, remember what bro was saying earlier about like to stop lying. I think I pray that everybody finds that place where it's just like, man, you get to a place where for one, you're at peace with yourself. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I am okay. I am at a place where I'm okay if you don't like me, bro.
And that's how I feel.
Yeah. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'm putting all my cards on the table. Like, you ask, if I do put on the table, like I do porn and you run, I'm like, man, you know what?
Because that's what I was going to ask you. Like, do you even feel like you could date? Like, if you got a girlfriend, like, would you stop doing porn? Like, how does that work?
I've had a girl for, like, even, like, dating-wise, again, it really comes from when they sit and have conversations with me. How you said, there's so many of them that'll be like, I forget sometimes that's what you do.
Okay.
Like, I read, because it's like, how you said, because you know what it looks like when people do it. There are certain people that carry themselves a certain way.
Yes, I mean sometimes it's like a little creepy. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been approached sometimes. I'm like, boy,
it can be.
I'm about to slap fire out your ass.
It can be like that. But one thing is, I remember there's one girl who I still got a lot of love for. I talked to her probably 2-3 days ago. We've been like at it since college, but it's like, you know, I think when I break down anybody that I talk to, I really haven't ran into it too much. Like, surprisingly, I myself haven't, because it's like once they see how I speak about it,
yeah,
they really understand it's business. Like, it's not a dating service for me. It's like I used to jokingly say, like, I look good in real life. Like, I'm not here because I have a shortage of pussy. Like, it's like it is funding what I really want to do. So
yeah,
for me, it is really about business. And my girls like will always, know that. They'll always know, like, yes, and then I'm being safe. We're getting tested. You know what I mean? Like, I share my results every time if it, ever comes to that. And I'm still capable of having meaningful sex. And also I tell them another thing I say is, it's something about, it's one thing for me to, you see me on camera fucking somebody, spit in their mouth, cool. It's like intimate, yeah, cool. But it's like, when that's wrapped up, we say our goodbyes, hug and kiss, cool. But it's like, you're the person I'm like we're having real life experiences together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even finish watching a certain series of a show because I want to make sure you catch up, like type shit. Like, these are little things, and for me, it really makes things a bit more intimate because you have to rely on something other than sex. Like, what else do you have? Because, you know, sex can't just, that's already going to be taken care of. The sex is going to be what it is going to be. Some of the questions get weird if you look this up.
Yeah, he looks befuddled.
Yeah, one of the questions,
He just put the phone down.
One of the questions was like, do you like to dress up as a child and look at coloring books and shit?
He asked me that shit like 3 times. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah.
I low key want to put the graphic up all the questions and you just scrolling up and down.
Honestly, you should.
I might do that.
That's crazy.
It's funny, but
I'm gonna
lie. Dating wise, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. You gotta say something.
I was gonna say I got a Spider-Man mask. I don't know. I might put that on. It's in the back.
Yeah, he had
I got a Spider-Man mask.
Every time I'm finna start, I tell you this now. Anybody, people ask me, man, like I'm thinking about doing it. I tell everybody, stick to just doing OnlyFans. Don't do mainstream. Just stick to doing your own.
My girlfriend don't want that shit.
See, that's another thing. One girl I was with, we started making a little money off of it. You know, I was just like, no face, no case in it. Like, cause I already knew how to do all the angles. I know how to set up. How you have all of this.
I'm a professional. We can do it.
Yeah, I'm like the lighting. That's what it's like. I'm like, baby girl, your head is completely. You're not even in it. You just a fine ass body here, and it's like me here with a person. And it started making a little money. You know, being able to go on vacations paid by other people.
Yeah.
Being able to, like, you know, she's getting her nails done, getting her toes done, and then it's like that money comes back because she gives a little hand job or a foot job. That money goes right back. And when some of them hear the business side of it,
I have a close friend that is a female dom, and
I'm meeting a lot of those lately.
because the cat is out the bag, okay? Yeah. And I mean, the lifestyle that I have seen her, we've known each other, I feel like 2 years now, and she's really done great for herself. But the business side of it was very interesting because I'm like, she's marketing herself. Like, she's like, and I ain't, the stuff that she done taught me, this shit work in regular life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Care to share?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because she finna write a book, so she can come up here when she write her book. She can give her gems. She can give her gems away. Oh yeah, we don't do that. The game is to be sold. And I told this ain't that.
Oh, you do come from pimping.
and that's the craziest part.
I used to date a pimp.
I've only given you.
He wasn't my pimp, but I dated a pimp.
I've only given surface level. That's it.
That's why I said he ain't gonna get the 3 C's on camera. But
No, I don't mind it because like, for me, I really am about.
It was needed though.
Do it the right way. Like there's a lot of people. Cause you know what I'm tired of hearing? I'm tired of hearing either horror stories from my homegirls of like things that didn't go right, messing with weird dudes. You know, I don't want to hear that. Even in porn too, where it's like situations that happen. So there's certain times, especially black women, I will always and forever tell y'all how to do it the right way. And if you're gonna get that money, like let me at least tell you how to do it the proper way. And then from there, I can lead you to the lake. That's all I'm going to do. The rest of it, you have to do that. You have to have your own work ethic. You got to have your own, initiative to do it. But other than that, I don't mind giving information. It don't take nothing away from me. I'm still going to do me regardless. Like, ain't nothing going to stop that. Again, I'm in my lane, in my sandbox.
Before I wrap, you guys want to give all your ads and socials?
Sure. I'll go first.
Ladies first.
I am Alyx Ransom. I'm on Instagram at the Alyx Ransom. That's pretty much it. I'm on Instagram and YouTube at the Alyx Ransom. It's all the same. Everything on my platforms is the Alyx Ransom. If you trying to find me, I'm in Levi Johnson group. My group on Instagram is We Are Levi Johnson. We about to drop music soon. I got some solo rap shit coming out. Thank you so much. And stream that old shit, baby. We got some new shit coming. Follow my business, HYA Beauty Studios. All the ladies that need to get their lashes, brows, skincare, men, you need to come get your facial. Summer got you, okay?
Summer got me?
Yeah, I don't do facials, so Summer, she gonna do your facial. If y'all want to come get some facials, you know what I'm saying? Not in the wrong context. I feel like we've had a lot of odd conversations.
I knew exactly what you meant.
I'm talking about skincare.
You know,
I mean,
I'm talking about, and then anything I could say, getting your face rubbed on, is that still Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't have taken it no other way.
All right.
I didn't think about getting my face nutted on. I was with you. I was on one accord.
Well, just in case the people watching, because shit, they might be confused at this point. Depending on how you edit this shit.
Turn this shit off and
Yeah. It will be a thing.
They don't went to researching.
They gonna be trying to figure out who's and what's what. We do lashes, brows, and skincare. And music. But yeah, that's me.
He does skincare too.
I saw that. Yeah, you okay. Go ahead.
Oh, go. Okay. I'm Kvonmusic, Kvonmusic. I got a new song called Ghost out. Music video out on YouTube. Everywhere is Kvonmusic, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of that. I got a new song coming out soon. So yeah, check that out. I make pretty great music.
Shout out to him for that, man.
Thank you.
That was a really good
Thank you.
moment.
It took me about 5 minutes to really build
That's
that.
like
Yeah.
an elevator pitch. That's perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
No, it was real good. And the energy too, the body language. I was like, dang, I should have did that. Hold on.
In fact, take two. All right, go ahead. You got another one. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Alyx.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give it to us. Let these niggas know who you are.
Y'all get on my nerves.
Okay. What's up, everybody? My name is Rod Jackson. You can find me on Twitter at RodJacksonXXX because I know you guys are nasty and that's where you guys find most of your porn at. You can find me on your streaming, whatever you go to watch porn, at Rod Jackson. My OnlyFans is onlyfans.com. Am I allowed to say that? Yeah. I'm here now. OnlyFans.com/Rod Jackson is my free page. My VIP page where the content is a little bit more intimate. It's Rod Jackson. It's OnlyFans.com/Rod Jackson VIP. If you like the VIP experience, come check it out. Definitely love to have you guys. I have a YouTube channel, which is at Rod Jackson. My Instagram is at RodJackson3X. What else do I have? Other than that, yeah, that's all I have. You guys check me out. Hope you guys, especially to my black women, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I make content for you guys. Please do check it out. Let me know what you think on Twitter or wherever else you guys deem fit. But I really appreciate you guys, and I think it's time that we change the narrative and start showing more love towards black women. So appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
I hope you learned something tonight. If you didn't, I hope you had fun as much as we did. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a show. If in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Peace.
Yeah.